Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jemecia Capri, the nurse practitioner extraordinaire. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe to my channel. I am here today to talk about some of the signs and symptoms that you may not associate with menopause. If you're interested, stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Jemecia Capri, the nurse practitioner extraordinaire, and I am an associate professor online. I'm also a full-time nurse practitioner, and yes, today, as you can see, I am rocking my colors. Yes, red, yes. We're gonna talk about some symptoms that you may be having that you don't even associate or haven't associated with menopause. And I want to tell you just this really short story. I'm not going to drag it on, but I had a young lady come to me. She is 43 years old and she's just been married 2 years and came to me in tears about her husband, her and her husband. And she has been feeling like she does not want any romantic, emotional involvement with her husband. And she was wanting to find out if she possibly could get something for depression, something to help her feel better, something for her libido. And never once did she think that she may be going into menopause. And so as we begin to talk and I begin to ask her certain questions, come to find out that she has a family history of early menopause. And yeah, so we begin to kind of embark upon thinking that maybe this is what was going on. And so we, tried a couple things, and like I said, I'm not trying to tell you what to do one way or the other, but a small amount of estrogen has literally saved this woman's marriage. And it has worked wonders. So I just wanted to jump on and just kind of share some things with some of the women out there who may be experiencing some symptoms that you may be going through menopause. And the reason why it's so important to know is because the sooner that you can get some help, you don't have to suffer through it. Because who wants to do that, right? And in my opinion, as a clinician working with women, the sooner the better. You know, quality of life as we've gotten older, man, it just makes sense to address it. So let me go over some of the symptoms that you may not even think about. So the first symptom I'm going to talk about is hair loss. Women begin to come in with hair loss, hair thinning that they didn't even associate with menopause. Normally these women are on the other side and they're postmenopausal and they're starting to lose testosterone, but some of them aren't. Some of them are in the middle of the phase and they're beginning to have thinning hair and things like that. And the best thing for that is biotin. Biotin helps with that. I probably, again, I'm not trying to tell you one way or the other what to do because I'm not your healthcare provider, but I would say to you that if you're experiencing hair loss, to talk to your provider about several things that you can do. There are some creams, there's some shampoos, there's biotin, there's testosterone, there's Rogaine, there's things like that that you can take and use to help you with thinning hair, collagen, things like that that you may not have even thought about. Especially like us, as far as African American women, we just feel like, okay, our hair is thinning or we're losing our hair, we're just gonna throw on a wig or we're just gonna do whatever, when there's a lot of things that we can do to help us with our hair loss. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing is Formication, right? And this is when you get the feeling that bugs are crawling on you, or some sensation that something is on you, and you always feel like you're trying to get it off of you. And a lot of time this happens at night. You feel like something's crawling on your legs, or you feel like you're just restless or something's on you. And that's due to menopause, the loss of estrogen as well. And there's medications for that as well. Talk to your healthcare provider about that. Some women only get feelings that something's crawling on them to know that they're in menopause or perimenopause. So that's another sign. The other sign that you may not associate with menopause is achy joints, achy muscles, feeling achy, feeling tired. That has to do with menopause as well. And a lot of times people don't know that we have estrogen receptors all over our body, and it really is a hormone that's so important that needs to be thought about in this time of our life. So talk to your healthcare provider about that as well. And another thing to know, that sometimes your healthcare provider may not know or may not even talk to you about these types of things, but bring it up to them, and then they may research it or find somebody else who can help you, okay? So the other thing I want to talk about, aside from those, are insomnia. Now, or waking up throughout the night, difficulties with, and sometimes that's two things, it's twofold. It's insomnia itself, having difficulties staying asleep, that has to do with your estrogen levels, as well as having to go to the bathroom all the time. As we lose that estrogen, we lose the tonicity of our bladder, we begin to lose urine. So we have a lot of stress incontinence, we have a lot of urgency, frequency, and getting up during the night to go to the bathroom due to that, okay? And that's another thing. There's so many things that we can do to help you with that. So that's another thing you might want to talk to your healthcare provider about. And the final thing that I wanted to say that we don't connect to menopause and going through the change and the loss of our hormones, our female hormones, is mental fogginess. The feeling that we can't quite get it together, or that we're losing our mind, or we may be getting dementia, or we just can't remember anything, or we walk in a room and we can't remember why we're there, or we walk to the cupboard, or we walk somewhere and we just can't get it together. Those are also signs that you may be going through menopause. And again, those are things that can be addressed with your healthcare provider. Guys, I love talking about women's health. I love talking about health in itself. And I think that for nurse practitioners, for providers, for PAs, for, whoever your healthcare provider is, we need to be discussing these things with our patients and helping our women along this journey. So as I said, I will be doing a couple of these videos just to put it out there. And yeah, if you guys like this video, like the content, have any questions for me, just leave them in the comment section. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.